What's up? Welcome to my channel, the Pivot Strategist. And so today, I want to talk to you all about the process of waiting, right? And so I don't know if y'all are like me, but I can be a little impatient. And sometimes when I'm really sure of something, I really want those things to happen right then and there, right? Like it's almost like a kid in a candy store. If you visualize a kid in a candy store, like right when before they even open the door, they're so excited. They're expecting to just be wowed because they know that they're going to get candy, right? And so if you have kids or if you've ever been around kids, you know that it's like taking them to a candy store and asking them to wait their turn or wait for 5 minutes. It's just not going to happen. And so sometimes you just kind of have to look at life like that. So have you ever just wanted something really, really bad, but then you didn't really want to go through the process of waiting? And so essentially, a lot of times when we are in a season of waiting, there are going to be counterfeits. And what I mean by that is something that looks like what, you should be doing or should be getting. It looks like it, but it's almost kind of like taking the easy way out, right? And so if you are not careful, you do not want to settle for the counterfeit. You don't want to settle for it because it's only going to give you instant gratification. It's not going to be long lasting. And the point of waiting is for you to build up that expectancy so that whenever you're in the season of receiving, when you're out of that season of waiting, when you're in that season of receiving and the blessings that you're being able to receive as well as give out, you don't want that to run out. And so if you take the easy way out, then it's almost like you kind of cheated in a sense, right? And so anything in life, I don't really want to cheat my way out. Like, give it to me honest. Like, yes, I know that there is this idea of, well, why should Black people have to struggle? Like, why should Black and brown people have to struggle? I agree with that. I don't feel like if anyone should have to necessarily struggle, especially our Black and brown people, However, I do think that there is a thin line between the unnecessary struggle and the waiting period. When you're waiting on something, when you're in a waiting season, it may get tough. Like you may seem like, man, I want to give up. Like I am done with this. Heck, I'm experiencing that in my doctorate degree. I'm like every other week, I'm like, I want to give up. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. But then the next week, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm back on track. Like, I understand the assignment. Like, I know where I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to get to. And I know that this is a season of waiting. This is a season of me being humble. This is a season of me like grinding, right? Like, everybody wants what we see on social media nowadays. Everybody wants that instant gratification, but nobody really stops to look at what did it take for that person to get there. Yes, you may be looking at someone who may be super successful. Maybe they're a millionaire, but you don't know the 15 years, before, they became a millionaire, what they had to do. Right. And so a lot, and I will say that a lot of times we are not conscious on sharing the harder times. With social media, it's like we share the good times. So it seems like, from the average person who doesn't know you, it seems like you've had everything great. Like you've always had everything good, and I would even say that for my life. Some people can look at my life and say, hey, like you've never had to struggle. And I'm like, girl, like we could sit down today, tomorrow, next year, and it'll take 5 years for me to like talk about all of the struggles I've had to go through. But I don't think that we talk about the season of struggle and the season of heartache, the season of heartbreak, that most of us experience. Like we're not always walking in a lily of flowers. It's not always like that. Life is not like that, right? And so we have to be careful about romanticizing what seems to be the greatest part of life, which is cool. Share your accomplishments. However, like share, okay, hey, even though like I am here, it took me 8, 10, 20 years, to get here. So don't despise the season of waiting, right? So there is something that we may be waiting on right now and we really want it to happen right now. We just got to be careful. Do not get tricked. Do not get tricked out of your waiting season. Peace. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.